is where the chase ended earlier today, where police officers say a man was driving a truck and crashed right here. Then he jumped out of the truck and proceeded to run from the officers. This is where the McDermotts say Lynn took the latch off of this stall and went inside, but little did he know the cameras were still rolling.
It's a very active scene. If you take a look behind me right here, you can see them pulling the car out.
That's old report cards and notebooks and even a file cabinet all covered in ashes.
Brian Jones was very remorseful as he took the podium today. He turned to the Champion family and he expressed his deepest condolences.
Just as I showed you earlier, take a look at this pack of 500 sheets of paper. Now that's just only a quarter of what those documents were that were released today in Champion's case. The band will be back better and wiser.
If you haven't voted, make sure you bring your sample ballot. It can help you get through a lot quicker through the lines.
So if you wanted to know which of the candidates' cookies taste better,
but I've already got mine. I'm calling it the golden ticket. So I'll say I've got a golden ticket and I plan to win those big bucks tonight.
For Jonathan White, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to decorate his home for the holidays.
It's a lot.
But this is no easy task for Jonathan. He has cerebral palsy, which affects his fine motor skills. He also has difficulties with his speech and arthritis in his hands.
Every day I do this, it's make me feel a lot better. Don't think about the pain, the problem, everything I'll go through.
Very kind.
Jonathan and his mom, Monette, searched tirelessly through boxes of decorations to placing lights on the bushes and on the roof.
I remain in the house when Jonathan is on the roof because we tend to make each other nervous. But for him to do the clips that are required to connect lighting on the roof, it's just amazing that he can do this.
Jonathan spends a lot of time preparing to set up the Winter Wonderland, a site that puts smiles on hundreds of faces every year.
I gave some of my lights and some of my stuff to the kids who don't have money, don't have stuff. I give some of my stuff to make the yard look pretty and make a kid's face smile.
We thought this was the best house in the neighborhood.
And as you can imagine, neighbors admire his work year after year.
There's a lot of people that really don't do anything, but then you see someone who does have cerebral palsy that works his heart out, who does his best to do something to make, like I said, other people very happy.
We have to take her up in the
Bringing the Christmas spirit out of the families is exactly what he'll be doing. Just look for him all dressed up like Santa Claus, making the kids smile. And if you're driving down Jory Lane to see all of these beautiful bright lights, just like Jonathan said, it'll surely be one sight to see. In Tallahassee, Brittany Jones, WTXL, ABC 27. The sound of the Marching 100 is what Florida A&M University student Chauncey McKinney says he's been enjoying since he was a kid. Coming from a legacy of FAMU band members himself, he, like most people, says he's ready for the 100 to return from indefinite suspension, but with some changes.
If the Marching 100 comes back, kudos, awesome, bring it on. But just don't be the old Marching 100.
The question is, when will they return?
I do want the 100 back, and I'm sure like there are many students, like almost half the student body, if not more, the majority, that can speak for me, speak the same and say they do want the 100 back. But if it takes a bit longer for that change to occur, then so be it. I'll wait.
University administrators postponed the announcement of the new band director after not being able to reach an agreement with the finalists on a contract. The position left vacant after 40-year veteran band director Julian White retired nearly a year ago following the hazing death of drum major Robert Champion. A tragedy that still to this day has lasting effects on campus.
I personally don't need any more students dying. This is a classic band. They are world renowned. They have traveled, they've gone everywhere, and I've kept up with that. And like I miss just the presence they had. Like it's not the same anymore. Like FAMU is like, the volume on FAMU has been turned down.
Students like McKinney just hope the volume is once again turned up. But he understands picking the right person may take time. In Tallahassee, Brittany Jones, WTXL, ABC 27, dedicated to you. Tasty Pastry, a hidden gem located on Market Street in Tallahassee, has been around for 49 years. The family-owned business sells all kinds of desserts and casseroles, but not only are they a bakery, they become an unofficial voting precinct.
Just kind of a fun thing to do to, you know, get people involved in the election.
They're running a cookie poll, selling cookies with President Obama's name or picture, and the same for his opponent Mitt Romney. Fresh out of the oven, ready to be iced and decorated, these cookies are flying off the shelves.
Our customers take it pretty seriously. They want to make sure we put down their vote when they come in.
After 4 years, I've decided to go with Romney because I think he gives us a better chance at getting the economy back on track and producing jobs.
I think that the signs of support for Obama and Romney are strong on both sides, but I think Obama's going to win in the end because he's the people's president.
While we don't know who will win the cookie poll or the real presidential election, Tasty Pastry employees say they'll continue to tally up the score. A jeweler in Metro Atlanta is adding some bang to the bling. Well, Apple's iPhone 5 is officially on sale in the U.S., and many of you wasted no time rushing to the stores to grab yours. 1 in 7 of Americans hadn't even started shopping, and a staggering 17 million people will still be scrambling for gifts tomorrow. But procrastination does have its upside. Here's a look at a few of the stories we're working on for tonight. The race to fill a major Senate seat in Georgia is on. Early voting begins today. Residents along the East Coast are starting to pick up the pieces from Superstorm Sandy, but there's a long road ahead of them. Tonight we're learning the names of 2 teen girls killed in a car crash Saturday afternoon. A man is in the hospital tonight after troopers say he led them on a high-speed chase and crashed. We now move to a more hopeful note. The extraordinary Christmas Eve outpouring directed at Newtown, Connecticut, the site of the tragic shooting. A response summed up by one local who said, quote, "There were 9 minutes of evil and an infinity of goodness after that." 3 South Georgia men behind bars tonight after deputies find drugs and a stolen weapon. Valdosta deputy sheriffs arresting these men: 27-year-old Donnell Mathis, 22-year-old Michael Robinson, and 25-year-old Philip Bradley. Get this, more people are packing heat literally. At airports, Atlanta leads the nation for having the most weapons seized at any airport in the country this year. I know one thing, a lot of you, and sometimes I have this problem, people at work tend to drink a lot of soda. How do you kick that habit for the new year?
Soda's tough. But, Brittany, that big game. So.
Greg and I have a little bet going on.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Go ahead. You want to tell them?
I'll tell them.
Okay.
So, my team is the Florida Gators.
Yes.
That's where I graduated from. So, if my team wins, Greg will be wearing orange and blue.
Oh, man, that's going to hurt.
And you can tell them what I have to do.
And, of course, if I win, go Knowles, because I am a Knoll. Everyone actually knows that. You, my friend, have to wear garnet and gold. And I think it's going to look really good on you. I think that's going to happen. Yeah.
I think you'll look better in the orange and blue tie. Ooh. Well, let's talk about some of that cloud cover that may be hanging over Doak Campbell Stadium. Yes, Greg has a bet Brittany to tell you about we made here. Notice we're in orange and blue. I'm wearing orange and blue. That was the whole bet. If your team won, I would be wearing the colors and I would do it honorably. So I'm doing that right now. Doesn't he look good? I got to admit, it does look kind of sharp. Looking great. It does look pretty sharp. Thanksgiving dinner. What does she cook? My favorite thing is she makes like a crab and oyster dressing. It's my favorite. I mean, I like a bunch of seafood, so I love it. Wow, a seafood Thanksgiving. Seafood dressing, it's the best. And you put that on the turkey? No, not the turkey. You just eat it on the side. I mean, if you want to put it in the turkey, you could, but that's true. I prefer mine on the side with a little bit of hot sauce. That's interesting. Bring some of that back.